Today in Matt's class, I am going to talk about the single most secret of my success. So throughout my career, there's been a lot of ups, a lot of downs, but there's mostly been a lot of ups. And you have this journey that you're going to go on where there really aren't any huge overnight successes, but you do have some milestones where your career just kind of jumps to another level. And I've been really fortunate with a lot of those milestones that I've had. But there is one single most thing that really kind of catapulted me from being a student to a working professional. And I'm going to share that secret with you today. That secret is a book. And the book is called The Artist and Graphic Designer's Market. So early in my schooling, while I was trying to do my homework and, become a better artist, I was really nervous that I was going to become a starving artist, right? I was just worried that I wasn't going to be successful as an artist getting to do what I loved. So it was really important to me. I really wanted to be successful doing this, and I discovered this book. And what this book is, I discovered this in the early 90s. This book basically interviews companies around the world, record companies, publishing houses, newspaper syndicates, greeting card companies, magazines, all of these different places. And they kind of ask them, what are you looking for? How many artists do you hire a year? What are you looking to see in their portfolio? How do you want these artists to contact you? And these companies, studios, publishers, they give all of the information. They couldn't make it easier and spell everything out. Everything is collected in this book, and you can look up companies or publishers that have the kind of style or genre that you like working in. Like if you really like science fiction, or if you really like dogs and pets or animals, whatever your forte is, you are going to find companies that utilize that kind of work. This book couldn't make it easier. So early in my career, I started going through this book and I started finding magazines and publishers and game studios that I was sending my work to. And not every one that I sent in was a success, but at first I was having really good luck and I was getting work. I was becoming a professional. Two great things about it. One, it was upping my resume, and my resume wasn't just that I worked at Pizza Magic and that I had gone to school. Now my resume was actual publishers that I had worked for. So when it came time to trying to get work for a company like Lucasfilm or Disney, that was upping my chances big time because I wasn't just this desperate student, I was already a working professional. The other thing that was great about this is my portfolio was transitioning from just student work to actual professional work. So the gigs that I was getting through this book, I was able to put work in my portfolio that when prospective clients were looking at my work, if they were asking a question like, oh, did you do this in your rendering class? I got to say, no, that was an actual job that I got paid for. And it was really separating me from the rest of the mice out there that were trying to get work. So I just wanted to go through this book a little bit and share with you a little bit about what's inside. This copy that I happen to have here is 2017. Again, it comes out every year, every other year. I have found that from year to year to year, the information isn't that different. So if you buy the latest version, you're going to pay full price, and full price is $35. But a lot of times on Amazon or on eBay, you'll find earlier versions of this that are just a couple years old for a lot cheaper. And honestly, from year to year to year, the companies inside, the information inside, it doesn't change all that much. So you don't need to buy this book every year, but you do want to get a current copy. Let me share some of the great stuff that's inside this book. So in the beginning of this book, there's great information like copyright basics, promoting your work, the art of brand marketing, taxing situations, how to stay on track and get paid. So then this book is broken down into all of these various sections. The first is galleries. The next section is magazines. And again, this is great because it really tells you for each publisher what they're looking for. Are they looking for color or black and white? How they want you to contact them, how many artists they hire a year, how many artists approach them every year. Should you email them or should you snail mail them? What you can expect, how they'll get back with you, how much do they pay? There are hundreds and hundreds of magazines in here. If you've ever been to Barnes & Noble and you've seen just the racks and racks and racks of magazines that come out every month, this has a lot of them in here. If they're hiring, if they're looking for artists, they will be in this book. So I want to share with you some of these magazines that you might be interested in. The Artist Magazine, Astronomy Magazine, Bartender Magazine, Birdwatcher's Digest, Business Week, Chef Magazine, Chess Life, Cosmopolitan Magazine, The Golfer, Guitar Player Magazine. I want to illustrate for Guitar Player Magazine. Mad Magazine. Okay, what am I doing with this Aladdin 3477? It's my dream to do work for Mad Magazine, and the information is right in here. What am I doing even making this video? I should be sending my work to Mad Magazine. National Geographic, The New Yorker, Playboy Magazine, Runner's World, Scientific American, Skiing Magazine, Spider Magazine, Thrasher Magazine. Oh my gosh, I have a friend that needs to know this. Time Magazine, Vanity Fair, Vogue, Watercolor Artist, and there's a lot of other magazines in here that you may not be interested in, like Urology Magazine, but keep in mind, if you're looking to get work and you think you can put some samples together, or maybe you have some samples, some things you did in school that you think might be applicable for that kind of magazine, doesn't hurt to send it in and try to land some work. Start getting paid. There's an entire section here on book publishers. Again, this is great because the publishers tell you what kind of books they do, what kind of work they're looking for, how they want you to contact them. They couldn't make it easier for children's books, picture books, informational books, fiction books, covers, the whole bit. It's all in here. Greeting cards, gifts, and products. So greeting card companies are huge. It's such a huge thing that a lot of times students that go into illustration, they don't really think about greeting cards, but greeting cards are such a huge industry where you can make some sweet cash. Think about any greeting card that you give for someone's birthday or for any kind of event. Usually there's an illustration on it. Sometimes a photo, but it's usually an illustration. And when you go to Hallmark, when you go to CVS, when you go to Rite Aid, anywhere that you go to get greeting cards, they're all different. They're all different companies, and there is just a lot of work to be done. There is a lot of money to make. It's all in here. There's an entire section here on posters and prints. So if licensing and merchandising is your thing, there's an entire section on advertising. And let me tell you, that's where the money is. Syndicates and cartoon features. There's an entire section here on artist reps. If you're looking for an agent that'll represent you and find you the work that you're going to be doing, they take a cut, of course, but you'll always be busy. You'll always be doing work, being creative, getting to do what you love. There's also a section on art fairs, contests, workshops, and art tours. There's usually a section on record companies and doing artwork for bands, like posters and album covers, but I'm actually not seeing it in this one. Now, not all of the companies in here are going to pay you bank. You may not get rich off of all of the companies that are in here, but I can't stress enough, this is such a great way to get started, to start doing professional work, and to bring your career to the next level. Really beef up that resume, get some professional work in your portfolio instead of student work, and take your dream to the next level, make it happen. This did so much for my career. I was so thankful to have this way back when, and it's awesome to see that this book is still kicking butt and coming out every year. You need to have this in your arsenal to get started and to start making money.
Did you enjoy class today? If so, give me a like. If there's something you'd like to see me cover in a future video, let me know what that is in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I've also got a video series called Sketchbook Challenge that helps your drawing, creativity, and fill up an awesome looking sketchbook. Plus, there are videos on You Can Draw Star Wars, Hollywood is Dead, and sneak peeks at the Aladdin 3477 motion picture trilogy. In order to not miss any new videos, hit that notification bell. Sharing is caring, and it's great to inspire your friends. Share this video on social media and your friends will share awesome art tips they find with you. If you're on Instagram, you can follow me at Matt_Busch_Instagram. I'll see you back in the classroom soon. Don't be tardy.